I want to give out some awards. You
Let's
cool
do
with
it.
that? But I'm going to be quiet, and you're going to give out the award. I'm just going to give you a player's name, and you tell me the appropriate hardware that befalls him.
All right.
Let's start off with Justin Champagnie. What does he get?
Justin Champagnie gets the Mr. Hustle Award because he's that guy you can depend on a nightly basis. He can score the basketball, he can rebound, he's proven he can defend at a very high level and defend multiple positions. I love Justin Champagnie's energy. That's something that this team came to rely on, and for that, he gets the Mr. Hustle Award.
I love the fact that you call out the fact that he's a hustle guy, because sometimes hustle things don't always show up in the stat sheet.
Right.
They don't always show up in the box score. But you can affect the game by playing it hard and playing it the correct way. And to your point, being a hustle guy means you're willing to get down and dirty when you need to be.
Yes, you will.
It means you need to be in the right place at the right time. Yep. And the fact that he's able to do this, I think he is well deserving of the Mr. Hustle Award, courtesy of Tony Massenburg. But let's get to my man, CK. He likes to let it fly. Tony, what award does Corey Kispert get?
For Corey Kispert, when you think about his approach on a nightly basis, being the most consistent player off the bench, he gets the Professionalism Award.
Okay.
He's the professional, Wes. When you talk about the fact he comes in, you can rely on his shooting ability as the best shooter on the team. You can also rely on him to be a great overall scorer, which is something that he's improved on as he's been in a Wizards uniform. He's a willing defender when you think about him, what he can do on the defensive end, and he's also willing to pass the basketball and make plays all around. So when you think about his all-around skill set, Wes, that is why I call him the professional.
The Professional. By the way, great movie. And I like the fact that, like in that movie, CK, when he sees his target, he lets it go.
Lock and load, baby.
That's what I'm saying, man. Shout out to him. Well, let's keep this thing going. How about a man who lives in a place that you were quite comfortable with down inside, Richaun Holmes? What does the big dog get? Big Rich, what award does he get?
Well, when I think about Richaun Holmes and the fact that he's always willing to do the dirty work while at the same time being the team's enforcer, I'm calling him the cleaner, because he is the guy who goes in and cleans up on the physical side of the basketball. He also, as I said, as an enforcer, has his teammates back, so he's willing to clean up any foolishness down underneath the paint where it can tend to get a little bit chippy sometimes. And when you think about the fact that when they need rebounds, it's Richaun Holmes, the guy that they know will mix it up down low and will take on the other team's best scorer on the defensive end. So when you think about what he does, Wes, that's why I call him the cleaner.
I love the nicknames you're giving these guys. And to your point, this moment right here, standing up for his teammates, cleaning up some stuff. We're going to play the right way, Tony. And you get a guy like Richaun Holmes, who, remember, there were nights that he was DMP, but then the very next time he stepped on the court, it's like he never left before. He's always ready to do his job. So, yes, thank you. Shout out.
You like that?
I like when big man gets a shout out from the big man. But you know what? I'm going to challenge you now. I'm going to combine a couple of players.
Okay.
I'm going to put two names together. You give me the award that they deserve.
All right.
How about Chris Middleton and Marcus Smart? What award did they get combined?
So when I think about these two with their experience, extensive experience in the playoffs in particular, Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year, Middleton, World Champion. So what do they have to offer? Well, they have to offer the young guys the benefit of their experiences. So when the young guys ask questions, they always have answers. What do you call guys like that? The wise men. That's what I call Smart and Middleton, because they are vets who have come here to help this young Wizards team establish the culture that they want that leads to winning, as well as a team's identity. And that starts on the defensive end with this guy right here, Marcus Smart, former Defensive Player of the Year. He has a lot to offer in the ways of helping these young players understand how important it is defensively. And then Middleton, with his ability to close and his experience in big-time situations offensively, he can help a team that seemingly has some great wing players.
I love that you called him the wise man. Why didn't I come up with that, Tony? That's a great nickname, because your point is absolutely true. The way that these guys have created an environment where they elevated the intensity, they elevated the effort that you see on the court, and everybody rallied in. Because like you said, you got a world champion over there and one of the best dudes, and I'm talking about good people. Marcus Smart is good people, and that's why what he did on the court translated, especially with that kip up. I can't do that even right now.
But
shout out to you, Marcus.
There you go. Brings that toughness.